Once again, let me welcome you to Sly Media TV. Welcome to one of our shows where we deal or focus on our celebrities and artists in the country, and we talk about everything that they do on the show. And on this show, we were very lucky that as I was walking down the streets in Harare, I bumped into one of Bulawayo and Zimbabwe's biggest artists. His name is Hwabaraty. He has done a lot of work in the music sector, and we are going to be talking to him about his work, about his life, where he is going, and all the issues, as we always do. Like I said, we have Hwabaraty. I welcome you to the show.
Yeah, no, I'm great. Thank you so much.
Normally it would be Bulawayo.
No, it's a country. It's a country. It's a
yeah,
because it's a country. We are one. So I'm here for a project. A fund by PSH.
Oh, yeah.
Love Shooting Head Phase 2. It's really a big project, and I'm excited to be part of it. So we are working on a song. Myself, Winky D, Wolitan, Freeman, my sister Sandra.
Yeah.
So it's just what we are working on now.
Hey, you are excited with a project that you are working on, Gwyn, that you say is really exciting in the project?
This message of gender-based violence must siyilwise or siyipushe sithi yamse phandle. That's the excitement, because abantu bayahlukunyezwa phandle lapha, you know. But if we bring out one voice, I feel we are getting somewhere as a community, as a country. You understand? So this is what excites me the most.
And obviously one would ask you, how easy is it working with artists such as Winky D, Wolitan? Probably before you've not worked with them. How easy is it to work with such artists now?
No, blessings, because it's you know, to be honest, I've been their fan. I've been a fan of Sandra Ndebele, a fan of Winky D, a fan of Wolitan, a fan of Freeman. I follow their music, and me working with them in a project, it's such an honor, and it's also a learning curve. What are the challenges that they face also as musicians? I'm learning a lot from them, and also again big up to PSH for just putting together this setup, and also Nkohlelo Amara Brown. Amara Brown is also part of this project. So it's just an exciting, experience.
The first thing I said was, why are you quiet? And you said something, and he said no. And I said, okay, I'm going to tap into that. Obviously, PSH is one of the projects that you're doing, but outside that, what other work are you doing at the moment?
No, I just released an album. It's only that I'm not a social media personality. I'm not good with that, but there's too much that I've been doing. Recently, I launched an album, Ijelimana. It's more of a spiritual awakening, and also, trying to talk to people in a different angle. So with this album, I've done a musical. A musical is a theater piece. That consists of the album. So we've launched the musical in Bulawayo, and the response was very amazing. We're going to be screening it soon on our page for the world to watch. And then also I did a short film for the same album, Ijelimana. It's a 15-minute production that was nominated in the World Film Festival 2022.
Wow.
We were nominated. It's such an honor. So we are now working on a book, Ichelimana, the novel.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying with the and you guys.
Like you said, or like you rightly said yesterday, it's only that you don't know what is Silvester, because already I can see four offshoots of that album, AMA projects that you're doing, and you say that it was nominated, the short film, in the World Film Festival. Let's talk about that. Obviously, you being an artist, I mean, a lot of people know you as a musician, probably not as a film person.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that side of you.
I've been an artist for a long time now. By saying an artist, I mean an all-star.
An all-rounder.
Yeah, all-time in different, yeah.
Okay.
So, I started as a dancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've got a lot of dance influence.
Okay.
So maybe this is why I'm hiding in the social media scene, because when I'm not doing music, I'll be dancing with other, because I'm a choreographer.
Okay.
And then the other thing is I'm a percussionist. So every time I love to be in a space where I just play my drums, play my, my stuff, and it keeps me busy. And it takes me away from social media politics. Yes. So, and then also, I'm a filmmaker. I enjoy doing movies, and in Zimbabwe, there's a few guys who take parts in film. You can find that in South Africa. In South Africa, you see a musician is acting in the same time. So in Zimbabwe, I've seen that there's a few people who do that. Maybe it's because of the economy and industry, I don't know. But I've been doing all those things, behind scenes. So with Ichelimana, because I feel Ichelimana needs to go a long way. This is why I even decided to work on a film, a short film, just to enhance the message. Those who don't want to listen to music, they can watch the film
and get the message.
And those who don't want to watch the film or listen to the music, they can read the book. So it's still pushing the same message in different angles. So I'm excited with my first project gets nominated on a world
platform.
So it's just one of those things where you say the time is now. The time is now, and I really appreciate
with that recognition on the world stage. And you say that personally you are somehow social media shy. You don't you don't put yourself out there a lot. Don't you think that probably you are missing, because we've seen projects being pushed a lot on social media now?
I could say I'm missing. That's true. But to be honest, I don't have the energy, because sometimes I'm not looking for numbers. I'm looking for, a gang of people who really want to understand what I'm doing. Because if you look for numbers, because social media sometimes is for getting numbers. Sometimes you get numbers, but people don't understand what you are doing. This is what I don't like. But I've built myself a small audience all over the world. I've been to Canada, I've been to Spain, all those. I've got strong audiences out there, and those people, most of them, they are not on social media. There are people who come to your shows, they pay to come and watch you perform, and it makes me happy to see people who really appreciate, because home there's a different sound that people like, and I might not reach the standards of home
sound,
you understand. So this is why I shy away from social media, because it can be destructive sometimes, because not everyone appreciates what you do, and not everyone doesn't appreciate what you do. So it's a game of cards. So sometimes staying away and focusing on what you want to
on
push.
the work. Okay. It's very true. We have seen that also social media has become so toxic
Yeah.
to an extent that some researchers have actually attributed the numbers of people who are committing suicide to social media toxin. And I can imagine, as an artist putting out your work and it is trolled, how then do you deal with that? But let's tapping into your mind to say that your choice to not go on social media that much. And when you look at these other artists, young especially, that are upcoming, and social media, how would you help them so that they are able to package properly on social media, so that they are also not trolled?
I think also character is something that you need to, because if you don't have discipline in the arts, you don't go a long way. Self-discipline is very important. So in case you go out there and put yourself out there, and then someone doesn't like what you're doing, you should know how to react. Where you stop and where you start. Because sometimes it's right now I'm in a situation. There is a Freeman Hwabaraty situation. I think Freeman took a pic, and then he posted the pic. I don't know. This is why I'm saying I don't like social media. I don't know who posted that picture first, and I don't know how it then went to the other person, because the situation now is people are saying Freeman cropped me from his page. You see, so it's now a social media problem now. Because personally, I believe he has got the right to do whatever he wants on his page.
On his page,
he has got the freedom to write what he wants, put wherever that he wants to put,
whatever pictures he wants.
But some other social media users don't think like that. They now see it as an angle to say, why would you do that? And then if Freeman is not strong, it could be bullied on the social, and I can also be bullied because right now I'm being bullied. I don't know how the first picture went out there, and I don't know how the second one went out there, but our names are out there now. It's like now we're pushing controversy, yet it's not
you're not that person.
It's not what I want. It's not, because
so it's out there. That thing is, the pic is out there.
It's already out.
And how are you feeling about it? It obviously, with the messages that accompany the reactions from social media users, what's the feeling?
It's tight, my brother, because right now I don't know what Freeman is thinking right now. I just hope he doesn't think it's my push for him to be out there in the wrong, But now I wish I knew him personally, because I know him from a work level, because we've been working properly, we've been doing, since I'm here in Harare, I haven't spotted the problem, unless if he has a problem with me, but I don't think he has got that hate on me. But those little mistakes, people, they make it a very big thing, and of which this is why social media is a problem, to be honest. But now that the work is out there, I'm sure people will let them. At the end of the day, we need to find a common solution. How are we going to solve it? Because I also like to see a positive outcome out of all this. Out of all this, because we love our fans. We are here because we have fans, and if it's my fans who are attacking him, I think they are loyal to me. They don't want anything bad happening. You understand? And if it's Freeman's fans, I think they are also loyal to him. They don't want anything bad to happen to him. But now we need to create a common ground. It was a mistake. If it was not a mistake, it was if it was intentional, let it be addressed and let it pass.
Yeah.
You know, we need to pass this pothole and see what's coming next. You know, because this project is a beautiful project and it teaches us about love. You know, we should love one another. You understand? We should also teach others
and
to love and appreciate each other. So it must not be hate oriented. You know?
Yeah. Okay. No, that's okay. But now probably let's move a step back a little bit and say, when I introduced the show, I obviously said that Hwabaraty is one of the biggest artists, not just in the country, even outside. And you were just telling us that you have made quite a number of tours in other countries. I want us to deal with that question of appreciation of the work that you do as artists. We have seen that in most cases, artists that especially hail from Matabeleland, Bulawayo, it's very difficult to get national recognition. What do you think?
Because Harare is a capital city.
Yeah.
Everything is here. Radios are here, TV is here, publicity is here. You know, so in Bulawayo we don't have a radio station. You understand? We have Sky's Metro, but it's not a national. Yeah. It's regional. So it will then be very, very difficult for us to reach a regional level if we don't get enough airplay and enough
push on.
Harare is very busy. You understand? So everything happens here.
Yeah.
You know, many of us think Harare is the industry. Because here, since I've been here, I've been seeing that everyone is busy. There's gigs there, there's gigs there. Yeah. But in Bulawayo, things happen weekends. So how many people can open up in weekends and say, come there, you understand? So it's a little bit slow, but there's talent. I can assure you there's too much talent in Bulawayo, but we lack exposure. I think this is what lacks in Bulawayo, but there's too much talent back in Bulawayo. Some Bulawayo artists are even here. I was so excited to meet my brother from Mukomba Trust.
Yes, Trust,
he's from Bulawayo and he's doing great music.
Yes.
He has mastered. He was playing projects for me like William Taitama projects. You know, he's mastering. He's doing quite an amazing. But he's not in Bulawayo because Bulawayo it's very slow for him. You understand? So I think it's something that our leaders should, you know, help us fix, because we need radios there, we need TV also there, so that we can reach also the international and the regional level.
That's quite true. What you're talking about, that at times just being in the space in Bulawayo, it has its limitations.
Yeah, it's too much.
As an artist, as a creative, you have those limitations. There have been also accusations, though, that artists in Bulawayo, or those that hail from that region, yes, talent is there. They produce what they produce, but then they don't push it in terms of marketing. Yeah,
the thing is, let's take, for example, myself, Hwabaraty. Professionally, I started recording in 2006. You understand? So you see how many years now
it's been,
but I've been there and not giving up and still, you know, trying to improve my craft. So sometimes if 1 or 2 years doesn't work out for someone, they give up and shift. You know, this is why you see talented people, they are the ones who are now doing crime in South Africa. You see, they are now doing different things outside talent. So we need to have strong artists, persistent and also patient artists, you know, because since then I've been recording creating and doing workshops and stuff. I was not worried about social media because this is the distraction. Because if you go on Facebook right now, you look at Winky T, he could be having 1 million views now, or fans and stuff like that. And then when you look at yourself, you are having only 2 people, and that thing can only that thing can distract you if you are not strong, and if you, because you should be patient driven. You understand that? So this is what we lack in Bulawayo. If someone drops a hit, and the hit goes out there, 2 months down the line, they are now trying to come up with another hit. How can we push legs? Especially finding a target audience. That's where we need to improve. Getting the target audience. I found my audience. This is why I'm even doing this kind of sound that I'm doing, because I've been nurturing and maturing. I was talking to Winky T during the. I was just, asking him, those nitty-gritties of making it, because he has made it. Winky T has worked so hard. I think he's done, for an artist.
And I think that this is very important for an artist. First, to find and understand your sound. Because without that, you may not really be unique, as it were. And it may be very difficult for you to then come out as a brand or to sell your sound. I like that you have come up with your sound, you have identified your sound, you are perfecting your sound, and this is sound that one would call a crossover sound. The Majaivana kind of sound.
Alternative.
Where you would say one in Mtoko will listen to you, one in Cholocho will listen to you, one in South Africa will not have a problem with that. This is where the problem. And actually, I want you to help us deal with this question, where people are saying the sound that is being produced in the Material region is not crossover sound. It doesn't appeal to people in the eastern side of the country and that kind of thing. Do you think there is anything truthful in that?
It's just has discovered their own genre, which is dancehall. Zim dancehall. It's big, and they work so hard to make it even bigger. You understand them? In Bulawayo, it's going to be very, very difficult for it to grow. This is why people like Chase Mararini, he has worked very hard, but the thing is, if there is no radio station, people won't get to, I don't want to, because people every time they tend to point to the political side of it. Yet sometimes it's how we run away. We just look up a very, very big step, Mabala noise. He worked there with an artist called Umngabiazo. He's one of the biggest, and I've been his fan, for a long time. For them to call me and say, we want to do something, it was such an honor. And because we are trying to create music that is going to be generational, so I think patience is what we need, and just keep striking the right chords. It will pay, because now even when you go to international spaces, in Canada, they focus more on arrangement. They don't know the language. Whether you are Shona and Ndebele,
so they don't care about that.
They are worried about the arrangement. You get the target audience, then they will start criticizing arrangements, not language. So it's very important to keep our music intact. And I also work with people who have traveled, well-traveled people, a female ensemble in Ubuntu. They've traveled maybe a lot more than Zim dancehall artists, because they are bigger in places like the States, outside there. They are very, very big. You know, and they're not singing Shona. This is where I want to attack the political. It's not really about language.
Yes.
It's about arranging your song and packaging it properly. Some people out there who don't even care about politics or language, they'll accept your
they're
package.
concerned with the art.
Yeah, like I was saying, I was talking to Winkity, big man, because he has gone out there.
Yes.
So I just want to compare and say, my brother, so what's the ingredient? What's the, you know? So I still come to a conclusion whereby it's really arrangement.
Yeah.
If you sing the right chords, the right notes, music people, they will appreciate it.
But now you bring something very interesting, because we have seen with quite a number of outfits. Mokomba is one. Huge outside.
Very huge. But here, they are not. If Mokomba plays right now, people will just go.
Yeah,
they don't come. They walk away.
Why? What are we missing as a country? Why is that?
We are not musicians. We are lyricists. I think people here are lyricists. If they listen to what they like, they enjoy. But out there, they are musicians. There are people who are enjoying chords. There are people who come. This is why even Baba Oliver Mtukudzi, Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi, the late, taught a lot. Because his music, if you listen to his music, it has got dynamics. It's not just music. Because right now, listen to maybe a hit from Zim Dancehall. I don't have a problem with Zim Dancehall, but I just want to give you an example. Take a hit. It will be just straight. From start
to end.
It's just lyrics. You know, my punchlines, these guys have got punchlines, bro. They deliver.
They get bars.
And it's interesting for those who understand the language. But for someone who doesn't know, if you keep singing lines and the instrument is just flat, it doesn't make much of a change. Unless to someone who understands what you're saying. Did you hear that? You know, people connect to lyrics. And also, same thing happens to Bulawayo artists. Bulawayo artists are now into Amapiano sound. Amapiano sound is just popular in South Africa, and they want to popularize it in Zimbabwe and Bulawayo. But still, it's the same thing for someone who is out there. They just want those juices, those jacks, those counts, whereby your music tweaks, goes down, it just alternates, and this is what makes you big out there. I'm sure Mukomba can share them, because those guys are well-traveled, and they are very big out there. If you mention their name out there, you realize that, wow.
They're big.
But here, no one listens.
Yeah, it's something that I've been actually thinking about. Say, why is it that our artists, we don't seem to recognize the talent that we have here, and we have other countries recognizing our talent. As much as Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi was loved here, but if you make a comparison with how he was
out there, Cape Town, there's a place where I saw his picture. It's still up there. I think this guy is a legend. You know, because the music, it gets substance. Right now, you can listen to Salif Keita, but you don't know what he's saying. You don't understand the language. You understand that, but you listen from start to end. Because the dynamics that they are using in their songs, you know, this is what make it global. You understand that? That's the ingredient. Exactly.
It reminds me when we were growing up, we were listening to Salif Keita, Manu Dibango. But we would not understand what they were saying. Anyway, 2006, Hwabaraty is starting. Let's walk that journey.
2006 was the year that I also did my first tour as a dancer. This is when I started touring.
So before you tell us about the whole touring, you were a dancer. What group were you dancing with? Whose group were you dancing with?
Amaumbo Dance Company. The founder is called Alexander Mhlanga. He's still my legend because he's the one who introduced me to professional dancing and choreography. So by then he was based in Sweden.
Okay.
Yes, he was based in Sweden. So he would come, in the community and invite those who are interested to join and, come up with it. So I was also at that time interested in learning how to dance and stuff like that. So I then joined his team. So with his connections out there, he created a tour for us. It was a Belgium, France. France is big. It was the first year. It was North France.
Northern, yeah.
You see, so this is how it started. So when I got back, because of meeting different artists, you engage with a lot of artists out there. I was inspired to start my own music career because when you come there, you have money. You start going to the studios. You pay, you pay to record it. Then my first song that was played on radio, it was played by Bubbling B, Richard Kavanga.
I'll tell you something. Just this last week, we had a show with Sebastian Magacha. It's on the same show.
Wow.
And you know what he said?
Yeah.
He says his first song was played by Bridget Gawak.
My sister. Because I remember the day I was just washing my sneakers. I was just out there.
And where is this? This is what? Pumula Mpopoma?
Juve. Yes. So I heard it. So and then I thought my younger sister was playing it from
cassette.
Yeah. And then I hear her voice. It's Hwabaraty from Plawayo. I was like, what? Is this me?
On radio? National radio for that matter.
And it became easy. And she used my song to start her shows. Okay. So I could wait for that moment. And
when is Bridget coming?
So that was Power FM.
Yeah.
So that was a very, very big motivation. Thank you so much, Bridget. I've never met her in person.
Okay.
But I always remember her name and say, that sister of mine.
She introduced you
in the world industry. So by then, I slowly started to engage and learn, attend festivals here and there. But by then I was mainly a dancer. I was focusing on my dancing career. So I taught, the world doing dance until 2012. This is when I decided, let me drop another album. Let me drop another music album because because I started as a hip hop artist.
Okay.
You
were rapping.
Because I felt hip hop was easy for me, and then I moved to Kwaito.
And before you moved to Kwaito, rap. What language were you using?
Obviously Ndebele.
Okay. I thought maybe you were using English.
No. I was inspired by my tour. I met Pakistan rappers, French rappers. Like I met this female rapper, Dimes. She's big in France. I was with her backstage. That girl was amazing. She could flow in French. They don't sing in English, those guys.
Yeah.
French people speak French. They sing in French. So I thought, let me just go back home and do the same. I sing in my own, So that was the motivation. So Pakistan guys would come in, they would do their own language as well. So I was motivated to do it with my own language. So I did hits, It was amazing. So the idea, I could record my stuff, go and use it out there. So I didn't bother putting it on radio.
Okay.
So that's how I became. So I would go there and perform for them. It was fun because I created relationships out there. So in 2012, I started trying to involve live setups. Yeah, and then that's where things started to change for me, because now it was not working, because when you're in hip hop, you're using backtracks.
Yes.
Now it was not working for me, so I had to involve. Now this is the time when I started to, work with DJs. I went to Chase Marabini's workstation and asked for advice and help, and he helped a lot. He said, "I will not teach you music. Come and learn on your own." So that was the year when I started to work with Chase Marabini. So I became the percussionist for him.
Okay.
Until I matured. It took me about 5 years or so. I stopped even thinking of my own career. I was now pushing Chase Marabini, and he was like, "Remember, you're a musician. Remember, you're a musician." So that was my journey till today, and now I think I'm a grown artist now. I know the mistakes, I know the advantages and the disadvantages.
So there you are. You rap and you say, "No, let me move into Kwaito."
Kwaito was the
thing.
There. Kwaito was the thing, in Bulawayo. Kwaito was the thing. Hip hop was less, and Kwaito was there. It's scoop, bro. Yes, that's Jala. By then, I'm a paput. One, I got an instrumental like I'm a paput. And it was a studio session. Nagachi mania, so everyone was like, Hwabaraty do Kwaito, bro. Your voice, bro.
When you got the instrumental, you were you singing Mapaput's lyric, or you were just riding on that?
I was just I was using it as a rhythm.
So you were riding on it.
People were like, bruh. Can you give us hooks, bruh? Kwaito hooks, bruh. You have the voice, bruh. That day. And then I sat down and thought about it. Kwaito is easy, man.
I can do this.
Hip hop is a little bit, because in hip hop you need to package your words, bruh. You need to package your lines. There's too much concentration there, writing is involved in Kwaito, you need to concentrate, but not too much. So I moved to Kwaito. But the game changed, because when I got back in the scene, I was nominated for Sly's Metro FM Awards. I did a hit, man. Amakwelintaba. It was a fusion.
20.
I don't know, 2018.
Thereabouts, yeah.
So now I was more mature now, using the band. Chase Marabini's band. So I could say, I'm Taragabu. China up So, and then I was doing a lot of freestyles using the band. But now the challenge was hooks. My first hit was Who Was and Nhlanhla, featuring Chase Marabini. Because I asked him, because when I was doing the hook, when you do the hook and you want to rap at the same time, it was not like. So I would ask him, and he accepted, and that was a hit. Who Was and Nhlanhla, my comeback. And he got nominations, Sly's Metro, a lot of recognition. And even the launch was amazing, because it was now coming out nice. And like, this guy is matured, he's using a band. And so then I moved on with my other albums, and today, the journey has been tough, challenging, but successful. I've 6 albums now.
Yes. I have something that I remember. When was that? Was it 2019 or 2020? If I'm not mistaken, I was MC at a gala. If it's not HICC, it's in Bulawayo. And I remember introducing you, and that was the first time to come across the name Hwabaraty, and I kept on asking myself, what does this mean? And I'm happy that you're here to obviously also tell us Hwabaraty.
Yeah, Hwabaraty, like I said, I was an MC before, a hip-hop artist.
Yeah.
So there was a time when we were in Harare performing, it was a Satic festival. So, when there's dance, youths, so there was a time where every country was bringing in their best and coming to say, welcome, we're having fun. So I did a nice, impressive hook there, a freestyle, and then the guys were giving me the beat. So everyone loved it. And when I went off stage, they were like, Kegrata, those Botswana. Kegrata. So my friends pushed me back on stage, and the screams was, Kegrata. So when it was over, I said, guys, that was a station name. I was given a name. So by then I did not understand what they were saying Kegrata. I thought they were saying Hwabaraty. So that was the birth of Hwabaraty.
All right.
So later on, I went, in Botswana to work with the same guys.
Yeah.
They were so excited. They even invited me to Botswana.
Yeah.
So I went there. So when I got there, they explained, Hwabaraty, we
love you.
This. And now, since we have said Hwabaraty, it's now coming from the word Rata. So let them like. It's a blessing. Just let them like. The word now means let them like. Yes, or they will like. They will like.
Yeah.
So that's the whole meaning of Hwabaraty.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was late for me to change because I put songs out.
Yeah. So that being the case, we have seen from being a dancer, you move to become a rapper, you move to Kwaito, and you then start having a different sound.
Yeah. The sound now is different.
Yeah.
It's now, the sound is now very, very deep. I remember even Oliver Mtukudzi, there was a project that we did, that was a project funded by, but it was called the Hope Album.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to work with Ja Praiser, Tamara, Tami Moyo. No, I don't remember well, but it was a very big project. I was also selected, like now, in the PSH. So Oliver Mtukudzi was there in the album. So we recorded. I recorded in Bulawayo. The guys came, with their engineer and stuff like that. They only booked the studio, so we worked there. So Oliver Mtukudzi asked for my name. Who's this guy? He thought maybe it's a big, because I'm a fan of Oliver Mtukudzi. I'm a fan of everyone who's doing good. So I was a fan. So he didn't recognize that I'm still the young man that he likes, because whenever I performed with the Chase, people say that Rasta, Kampana Aka, So when I came, I said, Magadi Dara, it's me. He said, I mean the person who sang this song. I mean, it's my, it's
me.
my song. It's like, but I'm fine. People are not ready for you. That's what he said. So I had hopes to work with him in the future, but unfortunately,
he left.
So he really said I reminded him of Don Kumbo.
Wow.
I said, I am funny.
Imagine being compared to legends like Don Kumbo. I'm imagining the feeling there.
To me, it was like, I was like, it could be that, but Don Kumbo, that's a shark. It's a shark.
It's big. Okay, so now that you've changed your sound and you bring in a very interesting issue that even Dr. Mtukudzi says people are not ready for you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
People are not ready for this sound. And that happens a lot. You find that people have good sound, good music, good talent, but at the end of the day, because people are not ready for them, the issue that you're talking about of patience, perseverance, people then leave, but they have talent.
You should not rush, even if sometimes it takes you about 10 or 15 years, but you should trust what you're doing, believe in your craft, take it easy, it's like a wave. Sometimes it carries you, sometimes it doesn't.
Now, because we are almost coming to the end of the show, let's talk about the project. I'm interested in the nomination. That way we cannot just pass by the film nomination.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because what you do is you submit your content. Their team processes the content, of which I believe, since it's a world platform, there's many countries, there's many artists, there's many people who could have submitted. But for me to be selected in that category, it's just an honor because a nomination is a win.
What category did you say you were selected?
It's called World Film Festival.
Okay.
Yes. Saka, they consider like short films. So you just submit and you wait. Okay. It's like applying for a visa. You just go and submit all your content and whatever the outcome, it's now depending on the one who is hungry. You understand? So when they sent us an email, they sent us a certificate. It was just a big. So we're now on stage 3. Stage 3 is where we were now qualifying for an award. So if it all goes well, if we win, we're getting an award, on a world level.
Okay. And there's no voting going on here.
No voting. It's
adjudication.
Yes, it's their process. You don't have to say.
Otherwise, we're going to say to our viewers and listeners, please vote for.
For
Hwabaraty.
There's nothing like that.
So now you're at that stage where you've been nominated and you're qualifying for an award. I'm assuming and I'm thinking you go there and you get that award. What do you think this will do to your career, to you as a person, winning that award? It's
a stepping stone. I've been nominated so many times. PPC, Zimbabwe, all. To me, I celebrate a small because it shows that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Because to me it's really about passion. It's not really about numbers. This is why I shy away. Even when you go to my page, you won't see this update. I'm just saying it because I have to say it now, but it's not even posted.
And thank you that you said it here on Sly Media.
It's not even posted because sometimes this is where the distraction comes in. You now want to expect the bigger, and then it distracts your working ethic or your energy,
effort.
But if we win, it's a bonus. But if we don't win, we'll keep working, because now at least our name is there now. You understand? So we keep trying, we keep creating more content, better and better and better and better. You see, so I'm excited and also honored to be part of that qualified pool. It's a huge step, and also I appreciate everyone who has come, because sometimes working without funding it's really hectic. So I also appreciate all my workmates, everyone, the management, the team, everyone who has been part of my journey. I really do appreciate everyone, because I did not come to this level alone. There's been people around me, and those people were so committed. you know, to try and say, let's push it, bruh. Let's keep pushing it, you know. Sometimes we had sleepless night, you know. I remember I threw away about 4 scripts of this movie. I did the first script and I was like, no, this doesn't really tell the story properly. And everyone was liking it. I was like, no. We threw it away. We started another one. And, you know, sometimes people end up thinking you don't know what
you're doing and what you want.
You know, but look at the winning script now. That's the one we selected at the end, you know. So everyone started to realize that, he knows what he wants. You know.
Talking of that, obviously, when we look at the industry, especially the film industry, now that you also are part of that, you find that as a country we haven't done much in terms of you know, it pains me to know that in the region probably we're the first country to have a TV station ahead of others. But when we look at the quality of production that we have, it pains me a lot.
It's really sad.
Where do you think the wheels are coming off?
You know, let's take for example South Africa. There's too many channels. There's too many channels. Even those that produce poor productions, they've got a platform to showcase, you know, in South Africa. Because I work closely with a lot of South African actors, filmmakers. There's platform. But here we've got only one platform. And the platform is struggling. I remember I featured on about 3 or so productions in ZTV, and of which sometimes when it comes out, we were once part of this production. It takes time, you know. So sometimes people can produce a quality production now, but it doesn't come now. It takes a little bit longer until it's out of fashion. Then it shows up. So I feel if we can, you know, if our elders, you know, they can sit down and, you know,
and deal with that,
deal with that, so that if anyone creates content, it's put out there and it's out.
Should have takers. It should have takers. Okay, no, that's fine. The book. Obviously, you said you scripting that one, right?
I'm working with Reston Bayer. Reston Bayer is the author of this book. So we are still, you know, like I said, during the film production, I had to throw away. So there's other chapters that I'm still throwing away until I'm satisfied
that this is
we
what
have
you want.
We're going to take it out.
Any time frames do you think that we should expect? Because some of us are already waiting.
I think for now people can just go and watch the film. It's up on YouTube. Jelimana, the short film, it's out there. Whilst they are waiting for the book, because eventually it's going to come out. My wish is that it comes out soon. Because I also want to do an audio book. So it's now also.
There's a lot that you.
I'm working. I'm working, and all these things are not on social media because I don't want to be distracted. You know, there's a lot of distraction in social media platforms.
Great. So indeed, those are some of the issues that we were talking about or on with Hwabaraty. He has quite a lot of work that's going on, and like I said, he's one of the biggest artists in the country. Of course, one would ask me, how do you qualify that? I'll tell you, listen to his music and you will know. We are wrapping up now, Hwabaraty. But obviously people will want to know outside the work that you do as an artist. We want to know you as a person. Right. I want to presume you grew up in Njube, in Bulawayo. Talk to us about your life when you were still a kid.
I was raised by the community because I never knew my father, and I was raised by my mom, and unfortunately she passed on when I was still a young boy. So I was raised by the community. I always knew that I was going to be famous because I was just known.
You were famous.
Even when I was not an artist, I was just famous because everyone liked me.
Yeah.
When you go there, it's you. So I'm not a stranger to like being popular. In my community, even in Bulawayo, I'm very, very popular there. And one day I'll be popular on the national level and international level as well. But now the thing is, I'm now a grown boy. I'm now a father. And I'm now a husband, so I'm enjoying that different, setup. And also I run an organization that looks more into these different aspects of talent. I work with children in schools and outside schools. I mentor them in arts and dance and. So I work also with children living in the streets. This is what keeps me busy anyway. If I'm not doing music and all these other things.
So obviously there are things that, because of your childhood, the things that you look back and say, probably had my mother not passed, I would have done this, I would have become this. What are those things that you feel your childhood robbed you of?
The first painful moment that I experienced was my first day when I was touring. Everyone, where their parents came, and I had no one. So that was a very, very, very painful moment, and after that, it keeps me thinking, what is my mother saying now? Because even on my waiting day, so sometimes these things people see as, they take it like, this is why I even started this organization that I'm running to really cover that gap, because I know how it's like. Not to have someone who is standing there for you, just to say you are doing good, keep on. That thing
to just prop you up.
So man, it's just that hump that I have in my life. But besides that, it's been good being raised by a lot of people. You get to know a lot of things, a lot of cultures, a lot of, just you grow up as an organized person, because, if I do this, my neighbor would not like it. If I do this, that other person will not like it. So you grow up in a way.
It's straight and narrow. Okay. No, that's fine. We have come to the end, but let me give you an opportunity to just say your last words to our viewers, your fans, and who would be fans.
We really appreciate. I would just like to say, keep doing what you're doing as long as it makes you comfortable and happy. Don't hate. Because we are about love, and especially in relationships, love shouldn't hurt. Love one another, protect each other. Don't be involved in things that will hurt the next person. Stay true to yourself. And enjoy life.
Yes. So enjoy life. There we have it. Let me say thank you so much to you, our viewers, for the continued support and the comments and messages that you're sending us. We really appreciate them, and we're going to read every one of them. We cherish those. That was Hwabaraty, and let me also say to you that each Aliman is there And please go and watch that one. Go and listen to that one. The short film, is it called Ijalimana as well?
Yeah, Jelimana.
Jelimana.
Yeah, it's out there. And also my music is on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
People should also exercise buying our stuff so that we are able to go back to the studio and create more content.
Yes. That's very critical and important. Let's buy.
Yes, please
let's
buy
support.
our music, support our music, watch our free stuff that we also put out there, share it with your friends, and if you've got questions and anything, reach out. We are here to listen, not debate, but we're there to listen.
So how do they do that now that you are a social media shy person? Where do they find you? How do they get in touch?
You just Hwabaraty everywhere. Hwabaraty on Instagram, Hwabaraty on Facebook, Hwabaraty on YouTube, and just Hwabaraty everywhere.
So it's important because this one is a cooked word, right? From Keorata.
Yeah.
Now what we need to do is to help them, because I know people will struggle with the spelling there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just help us with it.
All right. It's Hwa, HWA. That's the tricky part.
Yes.
Hwa, HWA, BARRATY.
Hwabaraty. There you go. So that is the name, and those are the handles on social media or all over where you can get him. I want to say thank you so much to him for his time. Like I said, I bumped into him and said, you know what, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I'm going to make sure that I have a sit down with him and we talk about him, we talk about his work. My name is Perfect Hlongwane. We meet again on other shows, and keep on logged on to Sly Media TV, your channel of choice.
Rising from the ashes, our Zimbabwean celebrities have paved different paths to be the people that we look up to today. Role models, opinion shapers, and motivational figures. All of them have a story to tell. Sly Media TV presents On the Set, a show dedicated to showing you where celebrities came from and where they aspire to be. No matter where you are, local or international, we are willing to share your story on when you rose to fame. So contact us on 0772 863 484 or 0715 015 575, and make sure your story is well known worldwide.
Sly Media TV, building bridges. Big businesses do not advertise because they are big. They advertise because they want to reach potential new customers. Advertising helps you move your goods off the shelves. Brand visibility engraves your brand in the hearts and minds of your old and new customers. Sly Media TV has a package for everyone, big or small. It's called Everyone Can Stream. Corporate events, weddings, churches or funerals, we stream it all. We take your product and event to over 326,000 followers on Facebook and 96,000 subscribers on YouTube. We cross-post to over 6 pages with a reach of over 1 million followers from as little as $100 per hour. We give you the desired global reach. Call today for a free quotation. 263-772-863-484 or 263-775-964-849 or 263-773-761-800 or email on slymediastreaming@gmail.com. Sly Media TV,